Well, I think the next level is continuing to get better every day, consistency. Last year, I thought we took major steps in winning the right games, won 13 ACC games, positioned ourselves to be successful in the postseason. And now, when we get there, you got to have a little bit of luck. I thought we had some bad luck last year with our starters in the ACC tournament that played us in the NCAA tournament. But we positioned ourselves. We gained some experience, we've added some experience that can take us to the next level. And so just really locking in and focusing on day-to-day operations, which will make us better, and then I think we can continue. So, I don't want to put a number on it, I don't want to put an expectation on it. But if we think about everything day by day and get better, I think that's about it. She had a very veteran basketball team. They're very tough, physical. She doesn't really go out. Since she was a player at Hofstra, kind of dates me and shows me that age. She was a player. She wasn't coaching, she was a player. But tremendous young coach. And I think she's going to make this league better. I have a lot of respect for her and what she's done. Not only is she a colleague, but she's a friend, somebody that we compete against. I think it's going to develop into a very healthy rivalry. Again, James X and UBS. I guess you can look at a lot. There's similarities and all over the place. It took me 14 years, I only heard 3, so maybe she's a lot better than I am. But she's done a tremendous job. She works hard. She's great. She and I have a relationship, and she's called me several times for advice. And, we see each other on the road. We always have very good conversations. Just about the game in general. So I'm very happy for her. Very happy for the rivalry. I think it's going to intensify. But wonderful young coach.
Coach, I remember talking to you back in May or June after the transfer portal kind of slowed down some, and I think it was your vision that Georgia and Ashley kind of split ball handling duties in the backcourt. How has that kind of come to fruition, and what's their chemistry going like?
It's been very organic. It's kind of a situation. You actually even throw Kayana Traylor in there, who played point guard at Purdue, and split some point guard with Georgia last year. It makes us faster. They're on the court at the same time. We don't designate one as the point guard and the other one as the off guard. Whichever one gets it, they're capable of just busting the ball off the floor, and it makes us fast. It makes us unpredictable. And they just kind of play it off of each other. You don't see them fighting for the ball. They just kind of, whichever one gets it, and they got a lot better with the transition of that. And it's a lot of fun to watch, because both of those young ladies, they're very unselfish basketball players, very talented, so they can be equally as effective on the wing as they can with the ball in their hand at the time. And so it's been seamless transition, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
I think a lot of people have looked at your roster on paper and gone, whoa, that's a lot of talented players there. Are you guys ready for the expectations and maybe to have a target on your back a little bit?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. For the first 6 years of my career, we've been a challenger brand, and we've always talked about being a championship brand. And so now you have the pieces, and now you have the pieces to go out there and to execute that. And you can't just be that. You have to think that. You have to know you can be that. And so we do have a lot of talented pieces. We know we have to put it all together. They've done a tremendous job so far of just executing that, playing well together. We've always had our foundation with Liz and Georgia and Kayla King, and to add some supplements to it, I think it's been tremendous. With Kayana Traylor, Taylor Soul, Ashley Owusu, Clara Ford, and it's been a lot of fun watching them. So the expectations that the country may be putting on us are no different than the expectations that we put on ourselves every day. And we know we need to bring the energy, effort, and the attitude in order for us to be successful. And everything else will fall into place. So we know it's a very tough league. I think we could be picked anywhere from 1 to a legitimate 5. And that's just how strong the league is. And regardless of what happens, we know what we have to do, and that's not our ability.
When you talk about how strong the league is, what are some things that you're trying to instill with your team as you're moving from challenger to champion that you guys are going to see better?
Everything matters. Everything matters. You can't take a day off. You can't take a play off. You can't take a game off. You know, everything's going to matter. I truly believe the winner of the ACC regular season title is going to have at least 4 losses. You know, and it could be 5. You know, so that means every day you can't go to a game and not give it your best. You know, from an energy standpoint, attitude standpoint, because you can be upset or you can be just beaten by anyone. And we understand that. And that could be the difference in coming in first or coming in, fourth. You know, we had a situation last year where we finished tied 3rd, but because of the tiebreaker, we got the 5th seed, so we had to play an extra game. And so every day we thought about maybe it was just one game that we could have won, one possession that we could have changed the whole dynamic of what we were doing. And so these kids are experienced now, and they understand that. They've been through situations like that, so they understand that every possession matters, every game matters, everything we do matters. There's nothing that's too small for us.
Yeah, we talk about how talented your roster is. What are some things you're doing actively to make sure that they all mesh, especially when adversity hits, that they push forward instead of taking a step backwards?
You know, I mean, obviously we have to, we don't have to try to force them to bond. We don't. You know, they kind of live around the same complex with each other. They do a lot of things together organically. I'm not a kind of coach that is going to have kumbaya meetings, where we're going to like, hey, let's have this little, this whatever. It happens organically. I think that will translate to just being genuine and understanding each other. We did take a trip. We came down to Greensboro last weekend. We did a community service, for some young kids, and you can see that they're just really organic in their chemistry. What they're going to do. They all came in. Our transfers. They didn't come in to try to take over. They came in to try to be a part of something special, and that's the start of it. So they're great kids, and that's by design. We go out and we recruit to the culture of our program. Kids who really fit what we want to do. Kids who will fight for anything Hokie Nation. And then when you have those kids like that, and you look up in the stands when they play Inter Sandman for a football game, and they're all right there jumping up and down, acting silly, acting crazy. I have it on film. You have the makings of something that can be very special.
Ken, you were talking about transfers and bringing them in. Was there an added value or added attraction to someone that's played in the ACC before, like Taylor, that knows what the conference is about and you've seen and competed against?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, obviously, for the longest time, you weren't able to transfer in conference, and so it's starting to happen to the point where it's normal now. I've had players who have transferred to other teams in conference, and you can't help but notice programs. When you play against a program, the energy that the program exudes. And when we started recruiting her, it was really we recruited Clara Ford first, and Clara committed. And when Clara committed, Clara and Taylor are like best friends. And so when we started talking to Taylor, when she put her name in the portal, she already knew a lot about us. By what she saw, what she felt when we played against each other. And so it was an easier sell. Ashley Owusu was different, but similar because I've known Ashley since she was in 7th grade. I offered her a scholarship when she was in 7th grade at James Madison University. Knew her family through the recruiting process. And so the way, we are looking at the transfer portal, we want to add kids who want to be a part of what we're doing, not try to be what we're doing. And those 3 kids actually fit the mold what we wanted, and they've been everything as advertised. They're very unselfish. They come in and they know we have Liz Kidley. They know where the ball's going to start. They know Georgia A. Moore has been, foundation of our offenses, for the last 3 years, and they just want to be a part of it, and it shows on the court.
Liz was saying